Steve, a truly incredible, exhausting way to end the rugby game. What was your take on the way that finished?
Well, right result in the end, I think. Leicester defended well with 12 men, and we were like a kid in a sweet shop who didn't know which one to pick. So, a learning for us, but a game we should have won, really.
Is that lack of experience? Is it the fact some of these players maybe haven't been in a position like this? I'm not saying 100-minute matches happen every week, but in a position like this where you got to nail that clutch play at the end?
Yeah, a combination of all of that, really. I think not many people have been in a game like that. I don't think there've been too many games like that, but I thought the officials had a difficult time during it. It was hard to keep up with what was going on. I didn't know yellow cards were only for 6 minutes these days, but it looked like 3 of them were 6 minutes, not 10 minutes. But maybe the timekeeper will have a look at that. And it was a unique experience, so new for everybody. But no, a game. Fair play to Leicester in the last sort of 20 minutes of that game. They just held on and did enough to win it. And the learning for us is when we get the opportunities against less men, we got to take them, and we couldn't do that.
Prior to the ending, which will naturally dominate the focus, what did you like about your team? What more do you want to see from them in certain areas?
Well, just as we talked about earlier, they're not a basket case. We've got some enthusiastic lads who just need to believe in what they're doing, and we scored a great set-piece try. We defended them all very well, like we attempted to do in the week, and it was a close game. So, we forget in sport that somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. At the minute for Newcastle, it's losing every week, and we need to break that. If we don't break it, then it doesn't concern me too much. We'll have a pre-season and we'll rebuild it.
Ben Redshaw, one of, I think, 4 Falcons that's been involved in England's under-20 Six Nations success. It's a special player, isn't he? We've known about him for a couple of years, but he's really making his mark, and tonight scored a fantastic try. His all-round play, very notable.
Yeah, and he's been fortunate that he's been playing with the 20s, so he's been in a training camp for 6, 8, 10 weeks, so he's fit, comes in and took an opportunity. There's 2 or 3 other lads involved there, but didn't get on, unfortunately, for them, but it was too close to do that. But no, really pleased for him. Great try. And a great prospect.
And just lastly, Steve, you spoke about the need to create an identity that's been missing at Newcastle for a little while. I know it's very early in the tenure, you've only had a couple of months in the door and 2 competitive games, 2 impressive performances. Do you feel that identity is starting to form?
Well, I think the identity was, on 75 minutes, there was people beginning to leave the stadium when I looked up. And at 96 minutes, they'd all come back, which is an indication that they like what they see. Now, we want to put a W at the end of that, but I think they'll go home and say, well, at least they give it the best shot. And, we don't want to be known as a plucky team, to be fair. We want to be known as a good team that wins at home. And these hurdles that we're jumping over at the minute will hopefully knock a few down in the next 6 months.
Steve, go and have a beer. Thanks very much for your time.
Cheers, bud. Cheers.